Hello everybody, it's VerticalSandwich. This is take 5 on this video. Take 5. Anyway, welcome back to Let's Play Ratchet and Clank and Commando. We have to finish up some races. So this is challenge 3 on the Joba races. And so we just need to beat the time of 2:27 here. I had multiple first places that didn't beat the time, but basically you don't really have to worry about the enemies, especially in this race on the shortcuts. What you really have to worry about is just kind of boosting as much as possible. And not blowing yourself up. That's about it. And when I say about it, that's completely it. That's all you gotta do. So yeah, this actually was not that hard of a grind. It was pretty simple. We're gonna have to show the unlocking of the third circuit on the next planet and the beating the time on that. I'm going to show one race that just shows the route. I'm going to show my first attempt. And then that will have unlocked all of our skill points. And we'll be moving on to cleaning up some things like getting the Map-O-Matic, which I didn't even know existed. And at this point, it makes no sense to get it, but I got it to show it off. It's not worth the trouble. Just use the internet and look stuff up. The boss fight to get the Map-O-Matic is a pain. The horrible pain. It's surprising to me that it's not needed. Like, you can platinum trophy this game without ever knowing it existed. I should have done that and then went back and gotten it. But it is the next thing we do. So we'll do this, Map-O-Matic, and then I think we're going to go right into Platinum Bolt races against Ace Button. So there's actually a reasonable amount of time to spare. I'm not a good racer. I didn't grind this out long. So the implication is, you know, I'm not boosting all the time. I think you can cut 5 seconds off this race time pretty easily. Like if you really... put some work into it. What I should do is check the 100% speed run. And if all skill points are necessary on that run, I should check to see if they unlock the third race to get this skill point. Or if they do it on like the first race. Because that would be fun to see. So we barely beat it. We beat it by 0.2 of a second. I thought 2 seconds, but no, we barely made that. That was almost as bad as you could do and still get the skill point. So that was the how fast is that skill point, and then we still have to get the Speed Demon skill point. See? And we have to beat 2:27. Oh, how fast was that? Was 2:27. For the Speed Demon, I think we have to beat 2:10 or 2:07 or something. We'll see. And I left some of this in because I love Snowman Ratchet. Snowman Ratchet is awesome. Clearly, it's my favorite cheat. Snowman Ratchet. We're going to unlock a different version of Ratchet when we get all the skill points. He's not worth it. Snowman Ratchet's cooler. So here are the races on Barlow. So challenge 4 and 3 is locked. But the intermediate circuit is we can just go right into. I clearly did not succeed there. So this will be our intermediate victory. Avoiding the water is pretty big in this, actually. The water really slows you down. It's surprising. As far as weapons go in this one, they're actually pretty handy to get people out of the way. Some of the areas here, like the bridges and stuff, are pretty narrow. Being able to blow up your opponents is a good thing. Like right here, if you had somebody in front of you, a weapon is super important. And don't even get me started about the randomness of these guys. It's actually worth your time to not boost through that area. See, so there, now that guy's dead, and that guy's dead, and that guy's dead too. really have to worry about the turns in here and stuff. Like, actually, the walls are pretty self-correcting. You don't get punished too badly for hitting the walls. Oh man, watching this back, we're really cruising. I like this course better, by the way. I think this is a better designed course than the other one. Although I could deal without this stupid open area with these guys running around. If you can, the energy wave weapon works wonders on those. Like the lightning wave. Super good. Now this is not a time trial, all we gotta do is get first. Alright, we're killing it. Yeah, you've got to boost across that bridge. I mean, why wouldn't you? Alright, there's our first place. 230.7. We beat our nearest competitor by almost 5 seconds. Because that guy is slow. So, challenge 3. All the routes are open now, so there is a shortcut. And this is my first attempt. This is directly the attempt after unlocking. I didn't even know where Route 3 would go, or where, like, all routes goes. Turns out it's here. And I had a missile. I could have blown that guy up. And you really should hit that ramp. I mean, it's far better to just hit that ramp. I don't finish this race. I think I die on the 3rd lap. In fact, looking at the wave markings on my audio file, I can tell I died on the 3rd lap. There's just a weird blip for the checkpoints when you hit the finish line. See? That's what I was saying. See how handy that is? Guy gets in front of you, you just murder him. I'm sure I hit one of these stupid beasts. So I'm in first. And that's where I was. It was sweet while it lasted. Oh, I'm in first. Yeah, you can hug the wall there. The game is, again, pretty forgiving about you hitting the walls. So... it's interesting how the computer tracks with different routes. Oh, I didn't hit one of those guys. Wow. Shocked. No, I just finished and got first place. But not quick enough. Well, that's crazy. I unlocked other stuff and everything. It was great. So we clearly don't want to try it on the 4th challenge where the other racers will actually shoot at us. Alright, so here we go. This is the one. Such a bad start. These guys are such jerks. They're super jerks. Haha! missiles are awesome. Don't let anybody ever tell you otherwise. So yeah, it's interesting that, like, you saw we were in 8th place until the routes to resolve themselves. Once the routes resolve themselves, the computer can tell who we're ahead of. And apparently we're in 2nd. Well, not anymore. We were in 2nd. I don't know how many turbos your turbo thing can hold. Like, you just don't worry about it. You just learn to hit them all in case you miss one. It is amazing to me that there's a guy still keeping up with us. I don't know what happened to that guy. I like to think that he hit the cliff and died forever. Really? Huh. I can't believe I left a death in there. Okay. Alright, well, let's see how this one goes, because I didn't realize I left a failure in there. Well, that's fine. That's good. It makes life more interesting. I know this video runs continually till getting the skill point. So this has to be, there's not enough time left for there to this not be the winning route thing. Because I show all the skill point stuff, and then I show the outfit, and then I show us running off this planet. So 43-second lap. It's good. Maybe I'm just so fast that it seems like there's not enough time left, but I'm just that fast. And you have to say, this does seem pretty fast. And nobody's really butting heads with me or anything. Oh yeah, just boosting through the zone for those guys is great. I did have one great race. I mean, I was on pace and I rammed right into that. And when it respawns you like against the wall. You have to turn around and go the wrong way. Oh, it was so frustrating. I do remember that. That's how frustrating it was, is that I remember it. I'm really curious to see how much time we cut off that 2:17 attempt that got us first place. Man, I just passed the guy in that bridge like he was standing still. Boom, 209.6. So I think I beat it by 0.4 seconds. Which is double the amount of time I beat it. You know, I mean, that was amazing. So we got our Speed Demon trophy and our Speed Demon skill point. And then we should also get us there we go. Super skilled. So now let's look at what we unlocked. Beach Boy Ratchet. And like I said, not incredibly impressive. Like, he's in shorts. Yay. I mean, it's impressive for the fact that we got all the skill points in the game and we unlocked all the things. Like, that's reasonably impressive, but really when it comes down to it, I mean, Beach Boy Ratchet. Okay. So, I'm actually going to clip in the Map-O-Matic thing and post commentary that as well. I really didn't think we would have this much time, but I didn't realize how much of a chunk of stuff I left on the end of this. So I'll see you guys for that as well. Alright, on Planet Damosel, there's a giant clank pad, and if you go up here, there's this alien mothership. It literally just, it drops these walking spaceships. They're brutal. And the thing's like only vulnerable when it's dropping these things, at least for a while. You really have to do this fight kind of carefully managing your health and things like that. You're not gonna punch this thing to death. That's not gonna happen. And I would strongly suggest you learn how to jump. Because if you land on things, it does damage to them. Blow apart some buildings. But you'll find out, like, we end up getting into kind of like a loop that makes it pretty easy to just beat the thing up. I don't know how we did it. I don't know how to tell you to do it. And frankly, I wouldn't even suggest that you do it. And the Map-O-Matic is a handy thing, I suppose. But at this point in the game, I didn't need it. Like I said, I didn't know it existed. I didn't know this was a thing you could do. And if you don't know what planet we're on, you'll see me leave it, and it'll be very obvious. But it's like, I believe it's the place where we like rode the rails and our protopets and stuff. I think it's that. I went to the moon on Mactar. And so yeah, I mean, when it has its force field up like this, you can't really do anything to it. When it comes down to drop these guys off, it drops its force field. But you can see what a pain this is. This thing drops enemies and then flies away. Like, I'm almost dead. And by the way, being almost dead is a problem. There's all that health behind me. Like, that's the saving grace of this, is that I'm acquiring health, and I'm actually doing a pretty good job of beating up the enemies. Yeah, throwing bombs and stuff is good too. Now this thing's gonna like, it goes at some point, it just takes a seat. It starts like doing this energy weapon thing over here. And it just sits there. And it was like the handiest thing ever. I don't know what it was thinking. I think at some point, if you drop its health enough, it does this. To like, keep you from getting close. But it's a dumb move. And you'll see why. Because I saw this, it did this one other time to me and it worked. And essentially what it was, it creates this force field, and you're gonna see it. Yeah, this thing. And the longer you stay in it, like, you know, it does damage to you. But first off, the ship's vulnerable when it's doing this. So I just jumped up here and shot missiles at it until I either ran out of missiles or its bullets knocked me off. And then I would just go refill with missiles and grab some health if I needed to and beat it up more. It takes a little while, but it worked. And really, the measure of a strategy is not how cheap it is. The measure of the strategy is, does it work? That is the thing I have learned being an unskilled gamer playing high skill level required games. And to tell you the honest truth, I think it's very important to show you the legitimate outcome. of something. That's why if you watch my first Dragon Quest, or my Dragon Quest 8 LP, we get rank A monsters and rank S monsters early, and then go and beat Delmagus without them. Alright, there we go. We killed that thing. We got the Map-O-Matic. We don't need it, but we got it. Doo-doo. So this will show us leaving, so you can see where we're at. And then when we come back, Ace Bunyan races for Platinum Bolts, as threatened. So yeah, it's just right off of your ship. In like Proto-Pet Overrun world. So I'll see you for the next video, and thanks for watching. Bye everybody.